Hello world and welcome back. Now this isn't your normal travel vlog where I ride for humanity and I visit orphans or children who have ailments or ride for organized charities. This actually is going back to something I love doing, and that is motorcycle reviews. So I'll be reviewing a motorbike called, wait for it, Honda XR. Now this is a motocross bike, but it's not a pure motocross like the CRF. And may I add, this is only a 150cc. So let's begin, shall we?
So folks, I'm not sure if you can hear me. I'm shouting as loud as I possibly can, but this 150cc Honda XR has the acceleration of most larger bikes. In fact, I'd say even more, because it's light in weight. Though it's only has a powerhouse, a factory of 150cc, it still seems as though when you accelerate, you're on a 500 plus motorbike, as demonstrated by me now.
So folks, this isn't your standard review. I'll push this bike in places and in terrains that maybe others won't. It will be a review on the bike rather than off the bike. And I promise, for all those who like the nitty gritty, put a couple of fact sheets about its torque, its wheelbase, all the things that you want to know, but you don't want somebody to tell you. You could read it off a fact sheet. So that's what I'll do. Let's carry on, shall we?
So folks, I'm not sure if you can hear me through the sound of the engine. This is a very steep hill, and I just thought I'd show it you because I'm trying to get to the top of this mountain so I can get an elevated view of Halong Bay. But I'm not sure if I'm going to be successful. I'm carrying on. I don't even know if this is a private road or a government road or something that we can pass through. But I'll carry on and see where I go.
Some of the gradients here were close to 35 degrees, 35%, however you want to look at it. And even though there was a weakness, and that was me, the rider, because I thought the bike might struggle, the bike showed no sign of weakness. It went up there like it felt as if it was riding on level playing ground. Now, this is not part of the bike review, but I realize this is a private road. And the end of the road, it was, and there were 3 dogs that were barking loudly at me, and one of them started chase. Shockingly, the dog is still behind me. It's a powerhouse too.
Oh, so let's do some off-roading. It's only minor, certainly minor for this bike. And I'm going to head back down now because at the end there's a house with lots of dogs. And one is caged, and I imagine he's the one that's going to bite me on the ass. It'll give me a memory I would rather soon forget. Right, so we're heading down. And I think at this point I might want to speak about this bike. This is the Honda XR 150, 150cc motorbike. Wouldn't be considered much of a bike in most of the world, certainly the Western developed world. But this bike has so much torque. It takes on cars, it takes on other motorbikes, and with the larger bikes, it holds well. It holds its own. With the scooters, even if they are 150, it just thrashes them. And cars just can't keep up with the acceleration that this offers. It's light, so you can manhandle it. Literally, I turn it on the stand, and I can do a 360 turn in split-second timing. so it's good in that sense. It's got a disc brake at the front, but a drum brake at the back, and I realized how dangerous that can be when you go through rain, because yesterday I rode through a lot of rain and the rear brake just kind of was just pressing sponge. There was nothing there. What else? It's lightweight, I mentioned. It has a good factory generating good power, and to be honest, it's one of those things that if you did own, you would be more than content with its performance, certainly on the basis of a 150. So that's the story. It doesn't look attractive. I never found motocross bikes attractive, but it's no uglier than any other motocross bike. In fact, I'd say it's probably as pretty, if not prettier, because it's low key.
A question which often people ask is what is its real top speed. Now, I'm 100 kilograms and I have a bag which is about 10 kilograms. So the extra luggage on this bag makes this bike a lot heavier than it would. However, this easily does 100 kilometers per hour, which is about 62 miles per hour. And at a push, it'll go up to 110, 115. I've taken this, but this has to be a nice clean road like this. I am currently at, I believe, 105. So it's not the fastest bike, but it's not built as a sports bike. And I think if you use it for its purpose, it'll do more than its purpose. But what I'll do now is show you some pictures. Even though this is a ride-along review, I think you need to look at this bike closely.
A little off-roading, shall we say.
Obviously, no surprise to those that use motocross bikes. These bikes have tremendous grip, and I just thought I'd demonstrate that fact. The ground is gravelly, and on a normal bike, I think the front end and the rear end would give way when braking. This, however, did not. Though my inexperience was, if anything, the hindrance here rather than the bike. So the key features, let me just sum those up. It has a large tank, it has 12 litres, so it does a great range. It is 122 kilograms in weight, so literally very light as bikes go. Most bikes are around the 200 kilogram mark. This is 122 kilograms, so it's light. It has a wheelbase of over 1 meter 30 centimeters, just over, which means it has a short wheelbase. Very, very maneuverable. Ground clearance 243, but you'd expect that from a motocross bike. Its brakes are fantastic for the front. The rear drum brake, I'm not 100% sure of. It does the job, but when it rains, it's not so great. Other faults that I've found, it doesn't have a USB connector, which is my pet peeve. However, one has been fitted to this bike. This bike itself has done over 20,000 kilometers, which isn't that much, and it feels like new. So that's the great thing about the Honda, period. They last for a very long time. Let's give you the fact sheets now, shall we? So that's the end of the review, folks. It's slightly different on the road, mostly, and real riding. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, take care. Oh, by the way, lest I forget, please do subscribe, share with friends. Please do comment, like. All views on my channel that result in money being given by YouTube, which isn't much, by the way, all those monies go towards supporting children's charities. And if you look at my videos, other videos on my channel, you'll see what I mean. Anyway, take care, folks. Stay happy, and for those of you on two wheels, please ride safe.